Right, I'll zoom in there.
Good luck, Mr. Hacks.
Yeah. Do our best, eh?
What do you think of this course, generally speaking?
I don't mind it. It's a little tricky. The greens are definitely like, they're either soft or I don't know whether it's the elevation, but they definitely sort of check up on a lot of the holes.
Yeah, I mean, don't be
But
short.
we've been playing it in that TOC, for the last couple of days. So seems to be something that he does a little bit. I think this is maybe the second or third time we've had a course that's been that Tournament of Champions that has been the country club one.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
it's good. I mean, it's good to play it because the last time we had it was with the jitter on, and that was not like, it was brand new with jitter, and like the scores were awful. Everyone kind of hated it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's grown on me. It's grown on me too. Like it's got some really interesting features to it.
Yeah. All right. So this par 5, we'll start again. So I measure out. I'm getting better at getting my big foot to max. I think last time that we were on here, I was a mile long all the time when I was playing with you. I'm getting a little bit better at it.
You've got it calibrated on the tablet.
Yeah, I'll just make sure I don't. I think that fairway, does that slope? Slightly
little bit downhill and left to right. Yeah.
So anyway, let's rip into it.
There's so many holes at this course that are like, it's like a valley, right? You're hitting from two sides of a valley, and the fairway sort of down in a gully, right?
Yeah.
Like this. Lots of uphill.
Yeah, it's hard to
lots of uphill greens.
Hard to gauge. Sometimes it looks like you're hitting uphill, and you're not really. So with this, it's definitely uphill. And I know the last couple of times I've played this, I've always been. I think the shot arc ends up being quite long still, even if I'm even up a little bit further. I'm a lot further than where I wanted to be anyway. After I just give myself a rap and said how much better I'm getting at doing it.
You're going to be about 15, yeah.
I'm 9.5 there. So.
Yeah.
So I tend to put this in here, just because I can't remember.
Yeah, just keep whatever it takes to keep track, right?
Yeah. But see, the shot arc on this is pretty long. So it always, because it's uphill and that long shot arc, it's always a bit longer than what I think it's going to be. So the last 2 times that I've played this, I've always been past the hole. So I'll try and get a bit closer today. Maybe be nice.
That front pin is tough too. Like you're going to have a particularly hard shot because you're so far back from max.
Yeah. So if there's a lesson to learn from me, there is get it up closer if you can. Yeah, I'm going to have to be right back here. So I've got to be up 3 and that bloody tailwind doesn't help me. So elevation wise, with the banger wrap, I'm still getting better at this, but I actually probably put 3% in that with the long shot arc. I do use elevation on this a fair bit.
I gave up on it. I couldn't get it dialed in.
Yeah, it's taken me a while, and I don't always get it 100%, but I have found it useful. So that's going to be pushing up towards 4 rings. So my inclination would be to put it on at about 5. But given what I've just said, it's actually going to be further than that. because I've gone pushed it up higher and I thought
I mean, it's interesting. Like, we've had a lot of opportunities to play this course this week, so it's going to feel pretty fresh to everyone.
yeah, so I'm going to go about 5.3. I'm going to say. Let's see, 14.8. And then I've got the fucking slope to adjust downhill.
Yeah, it's not a good pull.
Which is pretty significant. So yeah, try and get up closer. I don't think it's going to. Even if you do get up close, you might still end up pulling a little bit down into that range. Maybe if you got a tailwind like I do.
Yeah, it's the worst wind you could have gotten.
It's a pretty significant drop off though, 2.3. So I tend to take.
Go on.
Yeah, I tend to take off my pull. I might adjust a little bit offset, but I tend to take off rather than offset the shot view. Okay. So I'm just going to double check my number, 14.8, because I find this has been playing tricks on me. I'm going to go one click to the left just because of that slope angle, and I'm going to play it at about we're going to take 0.6 off it, so 2.25, so 2.26 maybe. And I am finicky, like, just bear with me when I'm just.
It's all good, man. Accuracy matters.
So I think about there. Make sure I got all my backspin on. Away we go. Oh, I landed short, so I didn't. I should have taken more off my pull.
Yeah, you clipped the fringe a little bit there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure how close I would have got if I actually got the green. So yeah, maybe that's
it's a tough pin with that wind.
Might be like 0.1 off there. Trying to remember for next time if I forget it.
Over here. Good luck. Good luck, Hacks.
Thanks. Who's that?
Tully.
Hi, mate.
Hi.
Hey, Tully.
Hey. Hey. Hey, fellas.
I actually had a look. I had a look before to see how everyone's going, and I don't think anyone had dropped that yet, so I don't feel too bad about that little stuff up.
I think I replayed that one like 5 times yesterday because I was trying to learn about like I play with offsets, and I was taken in a pure side wind. I was putting 14 side ticks on it and still missing like still not having that not be enough.
Yeah, and with that, you had it doesn't really matter, right? So your shot arc would have been pretty long too.
If I recall correctly, it was the middle pin. It wasn't the front pin.
Okay.
But you know, it twists so hard from.
It tails off, like they really do. When they're that, I'd say that I had that at 3%, but anything above there, they do tend to tail off a fair bit. Oh, another tailwind. Well, at least it's a nice change from getting crosswinds all the time.
Yeah, I was getting
this
pretty
is
tired of that.
slightly down. This is slightly downhill, right? This one. So this is one of these ones that they tend to sit up, I think, because of the grain and because of it's slightly downhill. Still haven't got it up close as where I'd like, but it's a bit of an improvement.
Closer.
On the last one. Yeah, famous last words. I shouldn't have said anything.
Seriously.
How good I've been getting it closer. So with this, you can see the shot arc, it's slightly uphill and it's got that, pretty narrow one. So I've been taking maybe 2 bars of backspin off, just so that it does run out a little bit more. 3. With that tail end, it will still bounce forward. And the pull's slightly downhill. So for those, I will offset maybe just left of the pin. Actually, I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, so slightly down, left to right from looking this way. So I actually don't think I do want to offset too much there. I think I want to go back over here. Because normally I probably start outside the pin, outside the hole, with that slope. So around there, then I will adjust 1 for the angle of the pull. I think that's probably needs to be a bit closer still. Yes.
Don't be short, right? Don't be short on this course.
Yeah. But I still think I'm going to go about 1.9. Yeah. Maybe not that much. 1.8. Yeah, it's a real fight against, like I'm thinking, oh, that's going to run out more than what it is, but
It checks up so like these downhill shots into the uphill slope, like it just stops on a dime.
yeah. Yeah, and it's a downhill pull too. All right, I'm going to push it up there a little bit more. So I think that's not too bad there. Okay, so 6.8, 7.6, 2.40. I've allowed a little bit for that, but I'm going to take even more off, I think. Like that. Okay. 2.38, I'm going to pull. I'm just double checking the number 8. And I'm glad I did.
Wow. Holy shit. I've not seen that before.
Yeah, that's been happening to me a lot, so I've been double checking it all the time. So 2.24. Yeah, I was having misses and I was going, fuck, I can't tell why I'm so far off, you know?
Yeah.
And then I went and put my numbers back in and I went, that's a different number to what I got the first time. So
I noticed that the game today was like I finally updated it after like a month of like not doing it. And I think there's a memory leak because the game just kind of hangs for like 4 or 5 seconds. You can't do anything.
Yep.
And I feel like my device's memory is getting a little bit overloaded. And so something like that happening with the caddy might be another symptom of just like not enough memory because the game is
Yeah.
eating so much of it.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Need to adjust more, but at least I wasn't sure. Okay.
I noticed that Discord eats up a lot of memory too. I don't know if it's just in my Windows PC, but if it's similar on our mobile devices as well.
Yeah, maybe
Discord can eat a lot too.
just out of reach, eh? So I'm going to use this one, the 12%, which is going to get me to Bigfoot. So actually, I'll refresh that. I'll reset that. 36. And where am I here? So, 0.6. Well, all Darwin so far, or varying degrees.
They have been. Yeah, it can definitely be tough on this course.
Which is a nasty little trick after I've been gearing myself up to not be short. Give me something that's going to push it up there. Mm-hmm. Another one of these slightly downhill pools. Angle of that is what? Slightly angled down as well. Isn't it? Okay. I don't mind that too much.
I'm punching in caddy numbers on my phone too, just to double check yours.
Double check. Yeah. All right. Yeah, a little bit to the left of that. Mhm. I'm going to go 2.2. Right, so I'll just double check that that's what it's going to be. It shouldn't be too different. It's only like a ring, so it's relatively safe. 2.2. Be nice to actually get one to go in the hole. There's a bit of pressure when you're playing in each, isn't it? It's like,
Replays, right? It's the no replay thing. It
yeah.
makes every shot count.
Okay, 2.2.
Be good.
Hey,
There you go.
on
Very
the
nice.
board.
Yeah.
All right, so anybody who's watching, just do that on every hole that you play.
Nice
easy.
shot.
It was better than the first two, anyway.
Good shot. Yeah, the drops on this course are so satisfying because you have so many like that, like 2 bounces and then in the cup, right? Like
It is like, you
The
know,
ball-
like minus 30 is a pretty decent score around here, I reckon. If you can get a dirty 30, I don't think that's too bad. Like, I think it's pretty handy. I know that some of the really good players will be shooting better than that, but
yeah, it'll be
I'd be
interesting to
pretty
see what the sort of the where the cluster is on the leaderboard. But yeah, I bet you 30-31 is gonna be quite respectable.
Yeah. It's just crazy what some of those really good guys shoot all the time now. Like, it's scary how dialed in a lot of them must be.
It's like it's automatic. Like it's probably for them. Like when they miss, they're surprised, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it must be a massive shock.
Yeah.
So this is going to run down that hill if I let it run out too much. So I probably just need to make sure with that tailwind that I don't get it up there too much.
Your screen froze at my end.
You need me to go out and go back in or something?
Let me. I'll stop watching and then tune back in. Nobody else is saying they're having a problem, so it must be me.
No, it's frozen for me too.
Yeah, so I think try unsharing and then resharing your screen, Dave.
Okay. Could be my really good Aussie internet.
I do have an exclamation mark on you as well, so it might be a connection issue. Like I can still hear you, but your screen wasn't working. Let's have a look. Okay, you're back.
You can see them here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still outside 5 rings from max, which is fucking starting to annoy me. But anyway, that's fine. 5-8.
Especially, I mean, another quartering tailwind, eh?
Yeah, like it wouldn't have probably be that bad, except everything's been tailwind so far. So they're the ones that I'd like to be up a lot closer to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have to give myself room, and the shorter I can keep the shot arc, probably in a lot of times, the better. But anyway, we're still here. So this one, like, you know, it's what you were saying. if I'm looking here, I sort of think, oh, that looks like I'm going uphill a little bit because of the camera angle.
Yep.
Maybe, I don't know. But it's actually probably slightly downhill, if anything.
It's. I play this one a little bit downhill, yeah.
Yeah, so this is definitely one of the ones that sits up.
Yeah. Well, if you spin all the way around and look back at your avatar.
Yeah, you can see you're above it, right?
Yeah.
And it has that little slope from right to left as we're coming into it too.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Although the wind's blowing it the other way, so that's going to cancel out a little bit, maybe. I'll still set up on the right, just right of the flag. This is going to hop up. To be honest with you, I'm happy enough with that. Yeah, really. Because I've got that tailwind. I'm not going to let out. I'm going to use full backspin. Wait for. And apply it a bit. $1.7. Right. Yeah. So that's going to be 7.5. There a little bit.
228.
Yep. Is that what you've got?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I posted on Discord the other night. Does anyone have trouble with the numbers?
I miss so frequently that I don't know if it's the numbers or me. But like I haven't missed by like a large, like, is it giving you like wildly different numbers, or is it
Yeah. So like you just play on automatic, right? So I don't stop and think, oh, that number looks like 0.25 too big. And then when you hit it, you're like a foot and a half away.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, I can handle missing, but I know I shouldn't be missing by that much,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't noticed any like unexplainable misses. Like I'm, or at least not by order of magnitude more than I'd expect to miss by.
Yeah, so because of this little slightly downhill pull, I'm going to pull less than that number. I'm going to pull 2.26. But I've thought about just messaging that group or whatever and asking, but I didn't want to do it if it was a commonly known thing. It might just be that I need to update the app or do something like that.
Yeah, I honestly just think it's a memory leak, or it's a performance thing. I'll mention it on Banger's Discord server. It hasn't been active at all for like months now, but I'll let Kev, the developer, know.
Yeah. Just a bit. There. Does that don't be so quick. Okay.
Be good.
Oh. Well,
Right
it's the
edge.
first time for everything. I think that's the first time I've probably gone past all that. The tailwinds are probably messing me up. I really thought that was going to be good.
That was right edge, so that was a slight underpull. Based on
Yeah,
your setup.
that's how I set up. I probably should have just pulled the number.
I don't think an extra 0.2 would have made a difference there.
Yeah.
Like based on where you set up, that was like a 2.35. So
I think it did. I think it did move a little bit back towards the hole, didn't it? 5.4.
you got a little bit of headwind on this one.
Yeah. I'm going to swap the ball out and knock it down to 9.
So there's a few new people that have joined. So while you're setting up, I'll just let everyone know. David has said if anyone wants to interrupt, comment, critique, point out fatal flaws, or just randomly cheer him on, he welcomes all interruptions and distractions as he's going.
Yeah, how about it?
Go, Haxy.
It might distract from how I'm going.
Thank you, Miyagi. What's up, man?
Hey, Miyagi.
Yeah, how you going?
Good. Well, I'm going.
Yeah.
So with this is where I'm not awesome on the rollout for Hellfire. So here's a chance to coach me. With this, right, 2.4. I would probably normally start at 2.4 that I could see, somewhere around there. Maybe 2.9. But then that slight bit of tailwind, maybe somewhere there. Would that be all right, do you reckon, or do you reckon I need to be further up?
Because my mom doesn't know what grade I'm in. I should appreciate that she knows I'm still my favorite. Got it. No, I don't.
I think, hey, DC Valley, can you mute yourself? We can hear the TV in your background. On a bit of a quartering headwind like this, yeah, I'd probably look to be about 85% of the way to the pin.
So I probably want to be up a bit further.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big uphill slope too, so yeah, it's gonna eat some of that as well. So probably maybe even closer to 90. It's tough with Hellfire because you're so used to the way it normally rolls out, but then
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta.
what I find. Like, I think I'm good, right? Like I'd be happy with that. I just get real
Yeah.
nervous that it's going to run out more. Anyway, I'm happy with that. I think that's a good middle ground. And does it? Off. I don't think it's really going to roll too much either way, is it, with this club? So I want to probably go at the hole. And my pull is slightly angly down, right? So offset for that. Although I don't know, that's uphill, isn't it? Because it's down a little crater. Maybe I don't want to do that, son. I'm just going to pull the number as an exercise in what will it do. I tend to want to pull more. Yeah. I want to pull more. There's 2.56 and end up here. Something that pulls. This will be the test for judgment. Did you check my number, Shanti?
The number's good. I'm concerned that is your wind arrow straight?
Don't worry about that. That's the. Remember when we were looking at it before?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, yes, of course.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I've got used to it being like that.
Okay, nope, you got it logged in. Just visually, it looked off to me, but I
Yeah,
totally remember.
It doesn't look awesome. But fucking hell, I'll get one in the middle soon. Oh, David, just pull the fucking number, you idiot. Even that might have been, I should have done what I went with what I was first going to do.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut. You know what you're doing. You're second guessing yourself.
Yeah. That's all right. It's a learning exercise too, hopefully, so
It's a pin to win exercise, is what it is.
maybe well, here is pin to win, isn't it?
Yep.
They're all turning into that, aren't they?
I've got one of these really good ones.
Ooh, look at these. What is that?
I've got
33.
fucking
What is that? 33%?
Yeah, it's more than all the others. I've got a war chest of.
It's insane.
Get this guy.
Yeah, in some ways, I feel like the game has kind of left me behind because I kind of refuse to purchase pins, and I'm playing most rounds with TP balls and nothing else, and like I just see the scores going up, and my scores are staying exactly the fucking same.
Yeah.
Well, so we've loaded the fuck out of this.
Jesus. There you go.
1.2. Now, my normal method of playing this is I would just guess how much to move it and just leave it like a ring. Not quite a ring, but I will try and measure it because it's not going to make much difference. I'll be responsible. So it is 0.1, just under a ring. So
I got the same number, 0.9.
somewhere there's going to be fine. Oh, it's going to. Oh, I'm not going to get the green anyway, am I? It's going to hit that.
It's gonna stop short.
Great. Hopefully that doesn't hurt me.
Oh.
I actually rather these little hives because, geez, I've missed some putts. Not that this one would be that far, but
I mean, this is worth more points if you can't get it up there.
yeah.
Very
Doesn't
nice.
matter.
Pin to win.
There you
Yeah,
go.
2 drops. 2 drops. Woohoo. Yeah, anyway, I don't care. I'll get them. I'm really close by. Go up and have a look at the top.
Yeah. They really need to put a button in that lets you skip to the top.
Go back
Well,
in
lots.
when you get there, right?
Grips. Not having
2
the.
drop.
Yeah. So he's going about as good as me. Hologram's doing all right. To the putt.
Yep.
Yeah, those 1,000-man brackets are nightmare in that. When you start and go, oh, I wonder what the top score is, or you get RSI.
34.
30. DG. Bird turd 30. Yeah. I think you get minus 30, you'd be happy.
Is another pin to win?
This one?
Which hole is
Can't get
this?
it.
This is 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, last
No.
time I didn't do that. I think it was a little too far.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, I don't think I can pin this. And I do look for every opportunity. Pin
You
the
can,
fuck out
bounce
of
it
stuff.
off one of those tee boxes on the right.
Man, that requires way more accuracy than one. I try and hit that. What's that one that we played the other day where you hit the cart path?
Oh, on Latrobe?
Oh yeah, I fucking miss it. Like,
Miss the cart path? Even when you hit the cart path on that hole, like you still got a tricky
you still end up,
Phoenix shot. Like it's a 0.3 or 0.4 Phoenix still.
Yeah, it's not the easiest.
No.
You're right. Bangers up with the wedge tool. Makes it a bit easier. That
Yeah, I've gotten quite proficient with that.
I got like 3 really good ones. Voodoo drops with it playing that Hello Hills the other day.
Amazing. No, it's incredible. Really, like it. You know, once you
That was like,
you
they were like proper like 60% ones, 60% from
yeah,
top
I've been
60%.
hitting like 70-80% hives. Like it's like backspin hives. It's nuts. And yeah, long range Phoenix, long range like sand wedge. I had like a 80% sand wedge shot at Bay Hill a couple weeks ago. It was just stupid.
What do you reckon, Shartsy? Is this app contributing to the increased scores?
I think it's the Hammer app, the whatever it is, Club Pro. I think all these big scores are those guys are all using the Club Pro app.
It is
Right.
I started to use that Club Pro app. I do feel like it's, I was just using a spreadsheet that we had on our Discord with dudes, and I switched over that. I do feel like the numbers I'm doing a little bit better.
Yeah, I think
It has the
the
rollout, right? It tells you the
Yeah.
rollout. That
I'm
It's
not
got
using
all
that
the
part of it
variables.
right now. Yeah, but it does.
Yeah, I think it gives you a lot more information, and you can calibrate all that information based on various calculations. So it's pretty great. But yeah, having used a spreadsheet before for so long, I just don't. Now that I'm using the Banger app, like that's it. That's as far as I want to go. I don't want to be retraining myself.
So this is slightly downhill, right? The rollout. Slightly downhill, yeah. So I think even though that headwind, I think it's still going to run out a bit.
And you got a headwind. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm getting all the winds that I don't want. Headwind's not too bad, but this little downhill bit's throwing me for a loop a bit. I don't think I need to be that far.
Your color time.
And I got within 3 rings of max this time.
That's progress.
Yeah. Look out.
I think your color time. Thank
Hey, Roddy, we can hear your adorable granddaughter.
you.
Perhaps mute yourself, good sir.
I already did it.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna look for yeah. Stop fucking around and hit it, son. Oh, yeah. Ooh, geez. What happened there? Yeah, my window, I need to try and get that fixed.
That app I sent you, that's honestly that's the solution that you need. Crosshair Hero. It's brilliant.
Just need to be not lazy. All right. So many great shots.
Phew. Good. There you
In
go.
you go.
Well done.
Nice shot.
Yeah. So what I got? It'd be nice to
One
get
more.
one more and be minus 15 through 9.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. One more drop and you're at 15. Pin to win.
Yeah, I don't. Can I get there with this? I don't think I can.
You can get there. I pinned this a few days ago.
Yeah, I did it last time we had the CCC here.
What ball did you use?
I probably used flight. Most of that I was using flight A's and a bunch of the gold pins. Because
I think I hit a gold ball. Yeah. 11%. Not
Oh,
with
on your 5.
Oh, you got that
5%
special
power
pin.
as well.
Hacks has
What's
got
that?
all the toys.
I've got heaps of pins, man. So it's really should I use this one? Should I use that?
What?
That said, multiple stats by 30. Does that include accuracy? Because if you're
Yeah.
not going to get on the green, you've got to be careful with that.
I'll see what it puts.
Oh, it's only drivers though. It says it's drivers only.
And that's a good one to get then.
I think you need one of those 5% powers as well.
Yeah, I'll throw one of those in a second. Which one's that? The ball ones? This one?
First green, second. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I take the wind out of it, I can. What's this other fucking wind one? 10%.
When I did it last time, I got to 1.2. It was definitely a trickier high shot. But Charles, you got it close the other day, right? You said?
Yeah, it was. I didn't have a headwind though. It was a crosswind.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If
That
I
should
go
get you to
full
no
over,
adjust though. That'll be no adjuster close. It
If I go
does.
full
It does
over-
slope. It does slope up severely towards the green. I'm wondering if you back it up a little bit, do you get more of a rollout if you go less, like a little bit less power? Yeah. See, there's a little bit of a
So
hot
if I go-
spot.
I know I've got to land it in there, don't I?
And then there's a risk there of ending up in the left.
It's really
row.
just it's the fringe. It's the fringe that you've got to hit.
Yeah, you do.
I think I'll just go
Yeah, go safe.
up here. And I don't think it's going to matter that much if I hit. If I fall back into there, it's pretty good. So I think I'll just be safe, right? I think I'll just go there. Overpower it with a little slight bit of curl.
Be close. I think you're outside.
That's right. That's win. It's 0.7. Yeah, look at that. I think I'm going to want to be up on the green, aren't I?
You can show off the ruler.
Yeah, should I use the banger wrap?
Sounds like it guarantees you a drop.
Well, I'll
Not
probably
me,
try and do
Banger.
it.
Banger's guaranteeing the drop.
That's like a 0.5, between 0.5 and 0.6, isn't it?
There, so it'd be like point. It's not going to be much of an adjust anyway with that.
Wind is nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Point 7. Fuck, where's that little circle? That's the hardest part, is seeing where the bloody thing is that you measure to.
I'd almost be tempted just to, make sure it's going to go in on the left edge and hitting it.
Yeah, look at that.
I think it's nothing, right? Just left edge.
Point 1, the banger up says. 0.13. Well, I think I need to fuck around with it much more. So I think there's going to be all right? Or do you reckon I'll go a little bit further? Uphill,
I don't think further. I think aim it to go in, but give it room to play to the right.
So what do you think about that? Or do you think I go one more?
That looks safe to me.
I'm
Anybody
giving
else?
the hole away if I go.
I don't think you move away from the hole. I
think that looks safe right there. To me, it looks
Yeah.
safe right there.
All right. And it is safe, but
Oh,
well,
I
that's
clipped the right edge hard, eh?
Yeah, yeah. So maybe I should have put a little bit more left spin, just to push it right to the edge of the hole. But you don't really want to give the hole away, right? So I didn't give the hole away, and I still got it.
Yeah.
But that is a good lesson in pin to win there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the
I would
only
have-
thing I'm thinking of, because it barely caught the right edge there, it was such a big uphill shot.
Yeah,
It was
add
really
on a little
curling
bit
hard.
for uphill.
It was curling really hard.
Now this one, I've got a headwind when I didn't want it. What a surprise that they do that on the long par fives.
That's amazing. I'm grabbing a beer, and the only beers I have in the house right now are Asahi, the Japanese beer, for our
Oh, there you
Japanese
go.
golf experience.
Good choice. Good choice.
Fine choice. It's a good summer. A good summer beer.
Yes. He's matching beers with courses. I like it.
It's thematic, right?
Yeah. Symbiotic.
I think if I rip this up there, I don't think I'm going to need anything extra. I think that's going to get me pretty
Yeah,
close to where
I think you can just blast with it. Have you got pins on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put a top spin and I put a wind one on.
You've only got 125 of them.
That's it, mate. Like I buy so much of the fucking shit and it just sits there.
You might as well use it, right? If you've got it, use it.
I must be like their dream, like sucker. So they go, look at this fool. Put it in the shop. He'll buy it.
Yeah, he'll buy it.
Okay. 6-8. I feel better now that I'm on track for minus 15. I can live with that.
Not yet. You've had a good couple holes, and you've
Yeah.
learned a lot about what you've been doing wrong as you've applied it.
Yeah, just generally playing the game, I think, is what I've failed at.
Yep. It's tough, man. It's tough going first. It's tough when you know people are.
No, it is. You got to
paying
do well
attention.
too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's like you said on that other hole. I start second guessing myself. Oh, should I? I want to do this right. I want to get this right. I don't want to read it wrong and.
You know what you're doing. Just do what you know how to do. That's it.
Yeah. So this little wind is still going to affect it, right? I'm going to go there because I just don't know with 1.7 what that looks like. I'm going to give my shot here, stand up a bit.
And sir, I don't remember. Does this green play slightly uphill or is it level?
It has a slight bit of slope to it, I think. But I think a lot of these par fives seem to run out more than I think they're gonna.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't know is
My
about that
recollection is it likes to curl from right to left as well.
right to left. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think you're right.
They'll run out more if your shot's uphill, which I think it is about 1% uphill.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of the
So would you play that? Would you play that? Is that 1% on how you play it?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't adjust for that on the banger app unless it gets sort of about to the top of where my Hellfire is. But I will go outside.
Yeah, we've all got methods, but in terms of run out,
Yep.
yeah, I'll allow a little bit more run out for 1%, a lot of run out for 2% and 3%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So with that slight wind, do you reckon there's all right, or do you reckon I should be closer or further away? I just don't know with that wind.
Yeah,
It'll probably still run up there, all right, I reckon.
it will.
Because it's a big long arc, right? So I don't know whether that wind's going to bite into it heaps, and because it's uphill, I'm going to go with that.
It's tough to know with a wind that small. Like I don't think I've ever hit a 1.7 with a Hellfire.
No,
Like that's half what I'm used to.
I'm going to go right, just a little bit right edge of that, because like you say, I think my fingers are too fat. I have real trouble adjusting these at all. Get into where I want it to be. That will do. The pull is going to be down on the angle though. Quite a fair bit actually. No. Although it's only a small pull. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3.7 is 10.5. 1.42. 1.42.
I got the same number.
So I think it's not going to be much. I'm going to go one more out there. Okay. And I might pull short to 1.4. Oh, this is the banger, right? So I don't normally use it for. I'm gonna have to reset up because you don't pull through the middle on that 1 point pulls, do you? You have to go on the ring. Low it. So I have to do it on this one. Yeah, I like the low winds. I just don't like them this low. Oh, well, we had the running it right.
Yeah.
It turned for you at the end. I had misses just like that week.
If I had a little bit more, one more pixel up or something, maybe it rolls half a roll and goes in.
Good stuff. I got to run, guys. Good luck, Axie. The back 9.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
See you guys.
All right, we want to have a quick break and I'll have a drink or something.
As much time as you need, man.
Oh, 5 seconds.
15 on the front, nothing wrong with that.
Nah. Yeah, I'll take that. So what time is it for you?
Toronto, 10:45.
Okay.
Or
'Cause now this is another one that you can pin to get up there. I do know this.
yep. You sure can.
The real question is drivers. So it's 30. What's this one? Multiple stats by 33. So if I'm going to use that. Don't think I've got any other ball powers.
I like how they've like not instantly, but they've made all the old pins obsolete with these super pins now.
Oh, it is pretty mental. You know.
Yeah.
You can, like, you know, I'm proof of it to a degree too. You can buy your way up the leaderboard, you know. The thing of it is, I just don't know whether I think I'm probably better off to use the driver pin, right, than something that's going to affect the hive shot.
Yeah, if you're not going to be in you know, no adjust or nearly no adjust range, yeah, you probably want to be careful with that.
Because I'm not going to be, you know, like. But I
You're not
know.
going to be right there. Yeah, it's going to be like a 0.3 or 0.4 hive.
Yeah. But you want to be so that you can hit it. Ideally. Through that gap. So I'm going to try and go there. I'm going to run the. I'm going to run it off, you know, right spin it off so that it runs down to there. Not too bad.
Got a headwind,
Yeah.
mostly.
So again. So what's that, like 0.5?
Yeah, looked about that.
I think that's what I saw, 0.5.
Yeah, it's 0.5.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, maybe point. Or actually, no, that's a point. I don't know, that's a 0.55 or 0.6 to me. 0.5 is usually it's.
So if I'm just going to measure it out, right? If I did that, it is uphill. So let's say I decide I was going to do 0.5.
It's probably more like
half a ring.
It's probably more like 0.6 or 0.65 with the uphill on it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So like half a ring. If I just said, okay, well, it's going to be just a couple of clicks, right?
Yeah, 0.65, 0.8. Yeah, about half a ring.
Yep.
I did that math in my head, you know. Impressed. I'm going to be just outside the lip. I reckon that's all right, eh? I think I have to be outside the.
Oh,
So it's
definitely. Definitely need to be outside the cup. I just don't know how much.
I'm going to go with it's either that or that. Going to go with that. I'm going to go with that one.
There you go. Very nice.
Yeah.
Pin to win.
I was going to say it hasn't really been much of a exercise in skill so far, but
I think you've given us information for those first 5 holes though that we can all use.
for sure, if you've got those, still got those big gun pins that I think, like I have obviously kept them because there's no point using them in any of those other ones, so you might as well use them in this event. And by the look of it, there's going to be more and more of them come out with these VIP events, right? Because they want people to spend money, so they're going to be running those. They'll obviously have their metrics about how many people play them. And they've released another one I saw, so obviously people are playing them and it's worth them while doing it.
Absolutely.
So you quit the ball and be good. Right. So this one I can't get up there with the pin, so I'm going to actually have to try and play it. Okay.
Play it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Back to skill.
Yeah. All right. I've got to say, even though like I do the streams, I was pretty nervous at the start playing this on the, for the recording. It's strange.
It's a completely different experience.
But once you get settled into it, it's not too bad. Once you get a couple of drops, it's sort of, well, you feel like, okay, it's not going to be a complete disaster.
Dude, last month, I had an absolutely shit round at Close House, and that was the round that was recorded for everyone, and I felt terrible. Yeah. Like I felt terrible for like a week because it was just like I played horribly. Like I didn't get do a damn thing. Yeah. And I know I'm better than that, but on that day I was not. And yeah, it definitely sucks, but you know what you're doing.
It is.
Just need to.
It is what it is.
It.
And that's it. Like we all play and we all have the days where we, like you say, where it just sucks or where you just don't get it right. It doesn't mean that you can't play or that you've forgotten anything, but I find even more and more I start second guessing myself. What do I have to change? You don't really have to change much. You just had a bad day. 2.2
on Bay Hill, or just earlier today, for the Alabama, like the college tourney. I played the first 5 holes, and every single miss I overpulled. And so I restarted, and I was just taking 0.15 off every single calculation, and it was working for whatever reason.
Really?
And I don't know why, but it was working. And you don't get that opportunity in this event, right? You got to get it right, and you got to get dialed in. And when you got the added pressure, which isn't really pressure, but the added sort of obligation of being a bit of an entertainer or whatever, like it can be, it puts you outside your comfort zone, right?
Yeah. So this is, if we go back and look at this one, I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that sits down too, right? So I'm playing this as 1% downhill.
Okay.
Just on the banger up. And I'm going to really put the shot view up pretty much with that headwind, almost into the hole, I think. I have taken a couple of bars of backspin off, but I think it's going to... maybe not that much. I learned my lesson from the last time when I overcompensated. I'm going to go with that. 3.4. If I hit the pin, I hit the pin. Because I'm so frustrated from playing this and watching it go up to bounce up to the hole and then roll back down. And it is reasonably steep, that slope, steeper than what you think.
It is. I feel like this is a hole that I often get backspin drop. Like I put it past the hole and it spins back in.
Yeah.
Because I'm so paranoid of leaving it short.
Yeah. Double check. There, see that it did it again. It was 2.54.
-1.
Have you got it?
Yeah, I've got 252, but my wind angle is probably a little bit, yeah, there. My wind arrow is just a little bit different than yours.
It's 5-1. So I'm going to pull a little bit extra. Actually, yeah. Just out of interest, if I have that. 254. I'm just wondering whether I should pull that. No, I'm just going to do what did I just say? Just do what you normally do.
Do what you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just okay. Like it.
It's good. Yep.
In the hole.
Very nice.
So yeah, that is one of the ones that you'll have to be up there, right? Because normally on that shot, I think it's the slope of the green. It slopes up a lot more than what you think. I'd probably on a flatter green, I would not be up that close to the hole, even with that headwind.
That was very
three
similar
bounce
to your first drop, which was the 2 bounces and then into the cup, right? It's a very similar shape.
That third bounce, after that's one of the, it just sort of almost bounces up and down on the same spot almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like the ball's barely on the ground, right? It literally 2 touches and it's in.
Yeah. Is this a holy driver, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a 22 ring from Max Holy Driver or something like that.
Yeah, so this is
I've had to remeasure. I've had to remeasure this. I leave the tournament, go to another event, and remind myself of how much Holy Driver over basic wood is at minimum, and then count up.
Yeah, I work off 30.4, which I think might be a little bit short, but it doesn't really matter that much with the caddy. So I say the total range for Holy Driver and basics 30.4.
Yeah, I think I use like 31, so basically the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's probably probably somewhere in between, but it's negligible, the difference.
Yeah, 100%. You got a nice headwind too.
Yeah. So it would be nice to get this one.
Holy Driver drops are always satisfying.
Yeah, 15, 16, 17.7, so 12.7 from max. I was running up for a nice 13. Yeah. With this, I'm going to put a backspin pin on it because I'm just not used to having such a big long run out. I always get nervous when it gets too long.
Yeah, as I recall,
Like
this
this-
one breaks pretty hard from right to left as well.
Right to left, yeah, it does. If you look at the, we'll go and have a look at through the shot view. You might not be able to see there. I'm sure it does.
And the wind's going to knock it down and like make it curve even more than you think.
It doesn't look like it's got heaps there, but
No.
I'm sure it does. I'm like you. I'm like that.
Yeah, it's not as severe as I thought it was either, but it's definitely there.
Yeah, so it is. It does tunnel a little bit. So I think you need to be at least on the edge. And so for this, right, 2.8, where would you put this third bounce? Would you put the third bounce in the hole just about?
With a headwind like that, yeah. I mean, Holy Driver's weird. Like, you know, if this was a Bigfoot shot, for example, you know, you trust that the shot view is going to be compressed in the headwind.
Yep.
I find with Holy Driver, it doesn't compress as much as you want it to, or you expect it to.
What you think? Yeah. And that's the other thing, you know, like that's what I get nervous about. But see the slopes still going up. I think sometimes if it flattens out a bit, it, you know, that tail, it actually runs on further.
Yes, it does.
So maybe I'll
More
drop
often than
back.
not, when I miss Holy Driver, it's because I go long because I expect the shot view to compress more than it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of think of it
because
like
it's tail.
I think of it like lightning in a way, like with the tail and put the tail into the cup.
The tip, yeah. So I'm going to go there. And I think that's, although the wind's going against that. I don't know whether I want to be there or maybe I'll just put a little bit more out there. Maybe not that much. So I'm going with that, which is what, 2.8.
You still have Bigfoot as your club and caddy.
Thank you.
Yes, it does.
I do that sometimes, eh? I normally pick it up before I hit it. But, I have pulled a, you know, like a Hellfire or a Bigfoot. I have done that before because the numbers aren't super different.
I did it last weekend with pulled
They're within
earlier
range,
this
right? You
week.
just go, oh yeah, like for me, it's always like, you know, around 2.5, you know. So if it's 2.5 or 2.7 or something like that, yeah, that's reasonable.
Sorry, Haxie, I think your stream froze again.
Do you want me to stop the screen sharing?
I think yeah, if you can stop and then restart, because yeah, it's it ain't working.
This is our good Australian internet.
Okay, you're back.
All right, so this is going to slope a little bit down.
You're not back. You're still frozen. Is your tablet overheating?
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll just go off and then come back on again. Is that
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
all right?
Try killing Discord and maybe even like restarting the game.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Hacks is back.
I log back in. Started sharing my screen again.
Yep, she's good.
You can see me.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so this is gonna go slightly downhill. So I think I do have to. I saw in a video that I think Banger calls it angular adjustment.
Oh God.
I think it's just one click to the offset.
Yeah,
Is
no,
what I'd say.
I'm glad you did that because that's what I was thinking as well.
And then would you just pull the number? I think I'll just pull the 2.48.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're gonna
I'll just
if you're gonna differ from that, I'd go slightly less, as opposed to slightly more.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, your number just changed.
Yeah, I just double checked it, 2.48, which is what it was. Yeah, no, so that's what I'd normally do. I'd either pull that number or marginally less because of the slope, you know.
Yeah.
But I think, sorry, the other thing that I factor into it, yeah, so it's not downhill, so that makes me think just pull the number. I know it probably doesn't make a whole lot of difference, you know, sometimes. But
No, I refuse to believe that, you know, a 0.02 difference is gonna, you know,
yeah,
get you a make or a miss.
it's just that when you get those 900s or whatever, you think far out. Maybe just one extra little click.
Yeah, for sure.
Boom.
Yep. And that
Right.
adjustment you made to the left was critical.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I even could have pulled a little shorter, you know what I mean? Because it was right edge. So, but it's like you said, right? If I pull shorter, it's just going to go in at the flag. I'm still going to go in. We're still going to go in. Oh, yeah. I've got grip. I'm two holes ahead.
Outstanding. What is that? That's 4 makes in a row?
I
feel like it. No,
3.
3.
But then I had the run 6, 7, 8.
Yep. No, you've come alive.
The first 5 it wasn't looking too promising.
I mean, you calibrated yourself, right?
Yeah. So there's if you just play to par, there's 9. So I'm on track to get aren't I? I'm on track to get 15, 30. Even if I got nothing else.
Yeah, you're doing great, man.
And I've got a real thing about changing my clubs back. You know, like I changed to that basic. I don't know whether, I think it's just a throwback to when I used to play on the iOS, and you have to have the right clubs for that app. You know, you have to have the clubs in your bag are the same as the clubs in the app. But I really don't like continuing to play without having those. So this one,
it's a good habit so you don't end up in a royale with a basic wood or a basic short iron.
Isn't that a nightmare when you get, you know, especially if it happens in the second round too, you know, like you think, oh yeah, I'm going good. And then all of a sudden you got basic wood.
Yeah, playing like the Sedgefield 15 Royale where you get completely screwed.
So here I'm torn between, I'm just going to use the top spin pin. I'm going to try and get there because I don't like using the multi-stat ones because then you've got to muck around with your calculation.
Yep.
So I'm going to use a wind pin to knock that headwind in. Hopefully that gets it up there close enough, I think.
Bigfoot range.
Yeah. Not Bigfoot range, I don't think, but I think Hellfire.
Is this hole that long? Maybe I'm thinking of the par 5 on the front. This one is quite
Yeah.
long. Yeah, the par 5s on this back 9 are tough.
The next one's the real bastard of a one.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm miles up here. Gee, you know what? I can go lightning rod here.
You could. You got a baby wind. It's not the worst idea.
Yeah, I'm going to use it. I actually thought, because I'm using that 12% ball, that's another, monstrosity that they've brought out. You get a lot further range than what you think too. So the wind's 1.5, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have a pull of like 3.5, right? Yeah, like
Yeah, when do you bet that?
3.5 with lightning rod. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to play any uphill for that. Maybe not that much. So I'm almost, where was I? It's really this is just the pool. What do you think about that?
That one's gonna swing right to left. Hey, Handy, can you mute yourself? We can hear your background. Yeah, it's gonna swing. It's gonna swing right to left on you, just like the last hole was left to right.
Yeah, so coming in there, I think that's all right. Yeah, I think that's all right there. It's more the
Yeah,
distance.
it's tough, man. You got a little bit of a crosswind component as well. So yeah, you do your thing on this. I don't trust my lightning rod with this kind of wind.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's okay.
All right,
So
Handy, I'm gonna mute you, man. Sorry. One sec. How do I do that?
So it's 8. So it's 8.
Mute. There we go. Oh, that just mutes him at my end. There we go. Okay, I just muted him on the server.
Oh, good. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, let me just get one more. And then remember, I think Hang on, dude. 3.72. Just double check that. It's not going to be that. So it didn't recalculate again. 3.65.
Double check it. Sorry, I was just doing something else. 1.5 and 8 rings from max in a headwind. Yeah, 367, but my wind angle is different than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So what do you reckon I need to do? Do you reckon I need to like clear cache or do something with to try and fix that?
I just think it's a memory leak that's caused by the Ultimate Golf app. It's basically hogging too much memory, and then when Caddy goes to use some memory, sometimes it just can't.
Okay.
It can't find resources, and so it just returns a bad result. Like I said, I'll let the developer know. Maybe it's something that he can fix. Because the app hasn't been updated in forever, and maybe there's new issues that have come up with, within Android.
You'd have to think someone else has come across it, surely, in the time that it's been out. So
Yeah, I haven't noticed it on my side, but there's plenty of users, so I'll let them know.
let's go.
Be good.
Oh,
Oh,
It died on you.
yes.
yeah.
Just a little bit more forward. Probably be uphill. It was uphill, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, the cruelest of all, 1800.
Yeah, that was cruel. See how hard that stopped and turned left at the end there?
Yeah.
Just refused to go any further.
Yeah, like the with that, it's hard to know with the winds. Do you know what I mean? Like 1.5 wind. Like, is that going to really pull it up, or is it going to keep running? You know what I mean? Because you don't use them, you're not playing it.
You don't see those kind of numbers very often. No, I mean you played it as good as you could without making the drop, right?
Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. I got it's literally like just fraction, up or a fraction maybe to the right, and it's in the hole.
One tick closer to the hole, and you were in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way on this course, right? If you're gonna miss, it's gonna be.
I've got a real thing that the next 50-50 will hopefully drop in the hole for me. So it swings and roundabouts. What goes around will come around, hopefully.
Yeah, no, you're right. You are right. Us wind.
Yeah. He's really gone away from the crosswinds on all the holes, which I think makes it good.
I was getting really tired of it.
Yeah. I'd say he must have got a lot of feedback of people going, fucking, just constantly having crosswinds is pretty shit.
I mean, it helps that they've added some really good and different courses.
Yeah. That probably gives him a bit of variety sort of thing.
Between, Sedgefield and Sadiat and this one and Latrobe, like you've got a ton of variety in terms of slope and up and down.
Do you find the Sadiat greens like this, they because of the slope on a lot of them that they land soft or they sit up? I tend to be short on that.
I find the greens there are play firmer than this one, and I've got to adjust outside of the hole a lot more on that course than I do on this one.
Definitely have to give the hole away on a lot of the holes.
Yeah.
I played that the ultimate one. I played that this morning, and I was on all my misses. I was short, and I thought, I've given this enough. but I was still coming up short. So maybe it was just something that I was
I
doing
had a
today.
terrible go on it today, but it was we had it a couple days ago in I don't remember what event it was, but I
Was
had
it blue or something? Was it?
yeah, something. I had 5 drops and like played it great. I was like the best I've ever played 9 holes there. And then today I don't think I had a single drop today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a tough one.
I've been trying to get better with the Tour Pro balls. So I've been playing the blues with that. And I think I had the other day, I think I had about 5 drops on there. And that's the best that I've managed with just using Tour Pros, you know. I know it's not a big achievement, but I'm starting to get used to that, just that extra bit of wind.
Yeah, the sort of playing in the 3.5 to 4.2 range.
Yeah, it's not much of an adjustment, but it's big enough, you know, the headwinds, you know, it chops into them more, the tailwinds, it pushes them out more.
It's definitely where I'm comfortable. Just that's where I play 99% of my.
Yeah, it's what you get used to.
Game.
Well, it's like, you know, 3% is where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, you know, once it starts to get 2.7 is, you know, that's the lower end. I don't really want to be much lower than that.
You play in your comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
This whole game is just about controlling variables and, you know, minimizing the effect of all the different variables and controlling for them as best you can. And if you can lock in, you know, as many of those as possible, then you're gonna do better, right?
Yeah. How long have you been playing it for? A couple of years? So it's nearly only 12. So it's like 12 months for me, right? So when I, you know, 80% balls, I'd started playing, that was the thing, right? So, you know, and obviously I consumed, so I went and bought them, and that's what I learned to play with. So it is what it is. I'm happy enough with all of this.
I don't trust your number.
Don't trust it. Yeah, I was gonna go back to it. There you go.
Yeah.
2.25. And I'm just deciding whether I need to. I don't think I need to adjust outside that. I think that's pretty flat. So if anything, I'm going to go 2.26 because I think that's a slight uphill. But probably not worth. Probably not worth a hard offset. Oh shit! Where have I gone? I'm over here. Do you ever do that? Far out.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that before. You end up in the wild. It happens at like Wolf Creek all the time.
You know what's bad is the ice dragon and that. Sometimes there's a couple of holes where you get stuck.
Yeah,
you can't get out.
100%. And the response from Duff on that is, yeah, they know about that and they're not going to fix it.
Yeah, close out. Go back in. I really do need to get my tick marks a bit better too. I think a bit better colour.
Is your bullseye centered on your line?
Is it centered on the line?
Yeah, it looks a little bit to the left to me. No?
Maybe. I've only got 2. You know, where I want it to go, I want it to be, that's where I want it to be. So I'm either there or I'm there, I think. I'm gonna. How's that? Still
looks off center to me.
Yeah, I can't get it to.
Can't get it to go where you want.
No.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same. Well, I'm seeing the same screen, so that looks off center to me too. But
Yeah. I think that's probably about as good as what I'm going to get for where I want it to be.
Your gut,
Or I
man.
could go down. Let me go back and reset it.
Reset.
Because I started moving it around so much that I went, I'm really not sure exactly where I want to be now.
Right choice.
Way to zoom. I got Hammer to show me how to put this, little thing in for the magnifier, and I still end up using the swipe up from the bottom.
Yeah, there's some good accessibility stuff in Android.
I do have to say it's a world away from playing on the iPad.
Yeah, I mean, and Android's all I've ever known, so I'm obviously biased, but it feels like, I mean, for me at least, just having the extra control and the extra ability to, make the device do what I want it to do is a big selling feature.
Yeah. Okay, I think that might have been better.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Just as
There you
well.
go. See?
Thanks, mate.
Nice going.
Yeah,
If
great
we
shot.
win by one shot, that could be it.
You're on a run, man. You're on a good run.
Yeah.
Is this?
So
This is the part. This is the murder hole.
This is a real bastard. But I've got a good wind. Normally they have the wind blowing into that bloody pink bush.
Yeah, you often get the right to left wind.
Yeah, I'm going to use all club, one of these multi-stat club things, which means that I have to recalculate my pull, but that's fine. And I'm going to use this big fucker. Yeah, I think it's actually worthwhile not putting full. Do you know what I mean? Like if I go full overpower and pull top spin, I end up going into that rough no matter what because of the slope of the fairway.
Got to be careful on this hole.
So I think you're better off to just accept that you're going to have a long hellfire and you're going to have to run it up to the hole.
This is a real bastard of a hole. It's terrible.
So it's right curl. I'm not going to put any overpower on this.
I always hold my breath on that drive.
Yeah, and look, I'm happy with that, because I'm not in the rough.
Yep,
I think we've all ended up in the rough over here next to this fucking tree.
I've been there. I've been in the rough on the right side too, because that fairway is elevated above the tee, and so I've like clipped the rough and ended up like down that slope. Like you've actually got a proper shot at this hole here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
like little baby overpower, and you can run it up close.
Yeah. Like I think.
My recollection is this one tends to die because it's quite uphill from where you're landing.
Yeah, you might be right.
Just the shot view is not totally honest here.
So I think I'm going to go. I'm just going to guess at this because if I can muck around all day trying to calculate out a number, but I know it's going to be somewhere there. And then what do I want to do? I don't know if I want to go full overpower, do I? So I'm going to go somewhere there. Oh, you know what? I didn't. The multi-stat pin. Oh,
You're on the green and 2. That's all that matters.
yeah. They're what I hold my breath on now. Those putts that are anything above a tap in, I sort of go, geez, don't finger slip on that. Oh, we're getting up there. So grips finish with 28. Third, 30. Bama golf, bugger, Scooby.
You're gonna be right in the thick of it.
Landry. Yeah. Just looking to see who else is out there. No real
Not many.
big aspect. 19 through 9.
19. Holy fuck.
That's just freakish, isn't it?
One miss.
And he missed by a fucking mile. 891. Replay it. Jesus. I'll be able. Okay. So what have I got left? 3 holes. I'm probably taking too long, am I?
Oh, you're doing great.
We have fast
People
forward.
can- yeah, people. That's what I'm saying. People can just skip to the spots. I don't have to listen to me. I can ramble on. I quite like that the college teams thing, but 3 days in a row is pretty intense. It would be better if they did it like, you know, you have this tournament this week and then next week you have another tournament, I think.
It'd be nice to sort of like have a bit more build up between the rounds.
Yeah. And just to get a break off it, you know, like
Yeah, it's been a lot.
there's so many tournaments. Like I spent last night like watching the cricket, you know, Australia playing England at the moment. It's a pretty big game. So I sat up all night watching that. And then I was going, oh, well, while I'm sort of, you know, it's not the most exciting game all the time. It's not action packed. So I was sort of playing while I was watching it. But there's just so much to fucking play.
A lot of holes the last few days for sure. Because there's the tournament of champions. There's like there's been this sort of the regular event, madness, and like and this college thing. It's all been 18-hole rounds too.
Yeah.
Like normally it's like a 9 or
That's right.
a couple of 9s and then an 18, but this has been 18s all the way through.
Yeah. So I think that's fine with 1%. This is another one where it's just, look at the shot arc on this. It's just up and down on the one spot. But I've got I'm going to go there. 1.2 or 5.4. What's the green? Just straight up and down. Do-do. Oh,
I don't trust your number again.
thanks. No. Is that what close to what you've got?
What I've got, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really bad. Like literally, you've got to punch it in twice, 2 or 3 times every time to just make sure you're getting the right result.
It's got worse lately. You know, like this, just about every hole now. It has been, hasn't it? It's normally not like that. It's just been the odd one here and there, but it's been enough that I double check all the time. But it's constantly been wrong through this round.
Right now, you've got the game open, you've got the caddy open, you've got Discord open, and you're
that's
streaming.
right.
So you're maxing out what your tablet can do, right? So
Yeah,
again,
that
I think
makes
I think it's just a memory. It's a memory issue. You know, I think ultimately the game is the culprit.
Yeah.
But it's exacerbated by everything else running right now.
Everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Get in.
Hey, bang the
Nice.
pin.
Whatever. Pin hits are kind of like expected on this course.
Yeah, you know, like
Nice going.
on this course, I'm like, if I'm bashing the pin, I'd probably rather do miss bashing the pin than miss by leaving it short, because you know we all say, right, don't leave it short.
Yeah. Well, just the fact that the ball is coming in a lot more softly, you can get away with hitting the pin just because you know the ball is much more vertical than on a lot of other courses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's not hitting it with a massive amount of velocity, is it?
Exactly. This has turned into a cracker of a round, David. You're showing how it's done.
On track for. I'm going to use the backspin pin here because I've got a shit ton of them, and it's this one. I think there's slopes from front to back, so I think it maybe is slightly downhill. Is it or not?
Yeah, you're uphill.
Doesn't look like it might be flat. Anyway,
Flat or
it's
slightly
not.
uphill?
It's not the big uphill of the other ones, so
No, not as severe.
I like to try and shorten it up if I can. No, it's pretty flat, pretty level. I mean, I've got that in. Change my pub. Or Tully tells me. Ooh.
This one at -1.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's flat. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, I would have probably got to it, but it's nice to have it. So
And your number looks good.
Yeah, it's just how much rollout this is going to have, I think. Okay. I really don't know. Maybe go left outside the hole.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice.
Fire. Nice going.
Cool. I think, yeah, I like the backspin pin on the Hellfire. Like it just shortens the arc up a bit.
Yeah.
That makes the rollout something like more, I feel more comfortable judging it. Okay, here's this other one. Oh, I've got a nice beauty towing. Even with that towing, though.
This hole's an asshole as well. That little runway up to the green, and it's like super slope to the one side, and it's uphill into the green.
Yeah. If I've got that, yeah, that's going to get me up there, the Hellfire for sure.
Yeah, should have a shot at it.
All right, this is it. Last hurrah.
And you're sitting at 31 under right now.
I think this is for 32, isn't it? I think I'm at 30. Par on this is 32.
I thought I saw 31 under.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, if it's 31, I'll take that. I'm not going to argue with it.
You've come alive, man. Since the sixth hole or so, you've turned your game around. It's been great.
Ever since Miyagi got off the call. No,
only one Aussie at a time.
That's it, mate. He's too intimidating.
He's a real hard ass, that one.
Wow, so miles. Okay, so Well, with these power pins on, I just rough guesstimate at it. I'm going to say about 10.
I wonder with this pin position if a backspin pin might be.
I was thinking that
useful
before I
for
teed
people.
off.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I was thinking that before I teed off, and I thought, oh, I'm probably not going to get it. You know, even though we've played it a bit, I haven't played it enough that you get used to. Okay, well, with that wind, with this ball, with that power pin, I'm going to get to here, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, maybe I'm gonna have a run up there with Hellfire anyway.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like if a backspin pin would have been preferable to this, because look at this. I think I'm gonna get the green, huh?
Yeah, no, I think you don't
So-
need to play it. You don't need to play it short. Like you can play it onto the green.
But if you don't have the green, like I was saying, if you're going to be short, then maybe backspin. You'd probably want the backspin pin, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of run up to this green is really tricky.
And even this pool's going to be a bitch. Look at that.
Yeah, it's straight downhill. It's one of the things I like about this course is all these like tabletop greens, because it really, even when you're, hitting a hive shot, it adds so much to have that elevation to consider.
Yeah.
It's not automatic like a Whispering Pines where it's just like long and flat and it rolls forever.
Yeah. So, yeah. I like it. I think it's a good choice for this. There are those holes that you can pin, like that I pinned, but even with those, it's not like you're still left with a tricky hive shot on some of them.
There's no automatics. There's maybe one automatic hole, but everything else you gotta still earn.
Yeah.
And it's
So
interesting. It's
how
kind of
much-
like in real golf, right? You got the U.S. Open where they're setting the course up to play to par. Then you got Augusta where people can shoot big scores depending upon the weather. And people like that. People like both.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've taken to thinking about actually playing in the tournaments, like being on the PGA Tour. There's the top echelon of players that generally win most of the tournaments, and then there's the rest of us that if we have a good day, we're in contention, or we might jag a win, but more often than not, you're just out there trying to do your best. So I'm going to take a heap off this. It's a pure guess. Wasn't a bad guess. Even that tailed off at the end because of the uphill. So I probably wanted to be outside the hole a bit more on the right-hand side of the hole. 33, you're right. I beat DG. Is everyone still there?
Great score. No, great score.
Oh,
I'm
that's
here.
all right. Oh, that's all right. I was wondering what was happening. It was all quiet. I was talking to myself. Yeah, happy days.
I accidentally muted myself. Great job, dude. That was a fantastic round.
Yeah. I'm happy with how it finished up for sure.
Yeah. Can you pull up your card again?
Yeah, I'll take a screenshot and I'll post it.
Look at that, 18 on the back.
And then around the back, all the twos, look.
Yeah.
All
And
the twos.
I mean, and those par fives are borderline unmakeable.
Yeah.
Great play, DHacks. Well played.
Thanks, mate. unless you're Lima or AU or Incognito, you can't get those par fives. But those guys are just freaks, man. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Spectre's card looks like, after he plays the back.
Yeah.
But dude,
we can
that's
have a look and see.
no complaints from anyone about that round. That's as especially the way you started. Like you put the train back on the tracks there. That's
Yeah, it didn't start great, did it? The Spectres,
Well, I mean-
he got those two.
still going.
Yeah. He's taking his time though. He's slower than me. Nom's pretty slow. Who else is on here?
UFO
Mailman?
at 16, Mailman at 16 through 8. He's having a good
Yeah.
round too.
Yeah.
Just one miss. Yeah, some good scores coming up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think when it's all said and done, you're gonna be top 25.
Yeah, well, we said at the start, before we started, minus 30, that's a good score, I reckon. You take that. If someone said to you before you started, you can have minus 30, I'd say, yeah, give it to me. So,
Yeah, I'll be surprised if you're not in the top 25 by the time we hit Sunday.
yeah, it's like you said, there's no replays too. You know what I mean? Like you can't have, like the start I had, right? I would have restarted, probably, if I had a replay. I would have just been there, no drops. I'll just restart. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for sitting in with us. It was awesome. For the
Great
help
job,
and all that sort
Maxie.
of stuff.
Thank you for doing that. I'm just gonna kill the recording. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, David. Good work. That was great.
yeah, no, good stuff. Hopefully, it helps some people. I think it's a real good thing for us to do. So I'm glad that I got a decent score.